Hello and welcome to the topic Soil Erosion and Conservation, Class 10, Geography, Part 3 of Chapter 1, Resources. This image shows the different layers of the soil. The topmost region of the soil where we find the flora, the green cover, the uppermost layer is covered with the growth of plants. Below that, we have the subsoil, weathered or washed away rocks are layered here, and also the soil in broken form in silt can be seen. Below that, we have the substratum, weathered parent rock, even washed away into even minute parts that parent rock we can find. The lowest region is the unweathered, unwashed away. It is in bigger shapes and in larger forms. There we find the unweathered parent rock. The factors that are responsible for the formation of soil are the parent rock material, the relief or the movement of the water, the flow of water, or the topography, land with regard to its structure, mountains, plateaus, plains, etc. The organisms, microorganisms, to human beings, everything also contribute the formation of soil and also movement of soil from one place to another. The climate and the time also play a significant role in the formation of soil. This is the map of India and the distribution of soil in different parts. The soil, sandy soil, loamy soil, clayey soil. First, let us talk about the alluvial soil, the most fertile of its kind. The main characteristics of the alluvial soil are: it is formed by the deposition of the river loads. As the river water are flowing down, it brings down the fertile alluvium from the upper course to the lower course, from the upper regions to the lower regions, and gets it deposited. It is light and porous. It has a chance and the holes are present for the seepage of water, for the entry of water. So it is easily tillable or cultivable. It is a fertile soil as it is rich in minerals, especially potash and lime. It is suitable for the growth of large variety of rabi and kharif crops. The soils in the dried region are mostly alkaline. They are little acidic in nature. This image shows the movement of water from the mountainous region, from the starting point to the lower course. So this is a pebble studded region. Pebble. We have studied about the pebble studded region, pebble filled region, and this region is called as Baba. Below this region, we have wet swampy region called as Terrace, marshy, wet, swampy and marshy region called as Terrace. And as the alluvium is coming every day, it is a continuous process. The newer alluvium is called as Khadar and the older alluvium is called as Bangar. So in the Bangar, we have some calcareous deposits which look like nodules. So these nodules are called as Kankar. So alluvium can be classified into older and newer alluvium. So such deposition of alluvium plains has resulted in the formation of Piedmont plains, and these Piedmont plains in India can be seen in different regions. They are known by different names called as Dwar, Chos, etc. in India, and these are very fertile. These are fertile, and they are available at the foot of the mountainous region. They also have color changing capacity, like they develop a reddish color because of the presence of iron in crystalline or in rocky form, and in metamorphic rocks it is present, we can see its presence. And in hydrated form, when water content increases, it looks little yellow. As the iron content decreases, it looks yellow. Example, at the foot of Himalayas to the south of the Shiva Lake. Please, this spelling is slightly wrong. Shiva Lake mountain. Such plains are developed. These plains are the Piedmont plains. Next, we have the black soil. The black soil, also known as the rigor soil. The black soil has given extensive features for the growth of cotton crop, and hence it is also called as black cotton soil. It is believed that the climatic conditions, along with the parent rock material, are important factors for the formation of the black soil. This type of soil is very crucially found, it is very significantly found in the Deccan Trap region, which was of volcanic origin once upon a time. It is rich in iron and in different elements, and it can be used for the growth of cotton. Covers approximately 5.4 lakh square kilometers. It can retain the moisture, and it is clayey in content. So, what are the characteristics of the black cotton soil? The black soil is clay in nature. It has high amounts of lime, iron, magnesium, and generally low in the phosphoric content. Quantities of phosphorus, nitrogen, and also organic matter. It is black in color since it is formed from weathered lava or the emergence of the volcanic material. It has up to 50% of clay content. The next soil we are going to study about is the red and yellow soil. You can see the spectacular color of it. The characteristic feature of this soil is the fine grained red and yellow soils. They are normally fertile, whereas they are coarse grained, they are roughly grained soils, and they are found in the dry uplands or little plateau regions, and they are poor in fertility. Whichever soils are found in the dry regions, they are little poor in fertility. They are seen mainly in the low rainfall areas. You don't have excessive amount of water retaining capacity, or the it has pores. Water can be penetrating inside, and water availability is there, but the rainfall availability is less. They are generally poor in nitrogen, phosphorus, and also humus content. The next soil which we are going to learn about is the laterite soil. The laterite soil develops as a result of excessive erosion by the rain. As the rainwater is flowing, it also carries away this soil, and due to heavy rain, the humus content from the top soil is descending. It is going into the lower strata or the lower levels, which is called as leaching or washing away. Leaching or washing away. As the soil contains very less of a humus content or fertility in it, such soils are found in mountainous region, also of Deccan region, Deccan Plateau, Karnataka, Kerala, Odisha, some parts of northeast India. The laterite soils are leached away or washed away because of alternating dry and wet spells. These are caused by the soluble silica to be removed. The silica is removed, The monsoon system of India is well known. It acts like a pendulum. It moves from dry region to wet region, and where the pendulum is standing or retaining, there we can find the rainfall. Other region remains dry. Due to this alternate movement, we have the rainfall in different parts, which is irregular. These soils are acidic in nature and coarse or rough and crumbly, grainy type in texture. The proportion of the lime and silica is reduced when leaching or washing away takes place. Next, we can find the arid soils or the desert soils. In very hot regions, we can find the arid soils range from red color to brown color. They are generally sandy in texture and they are also saline. They consist of salt content. In some areas, the salt content is very high, and common salt is obtained by evaporating this water. Due to very high temperature and dry climate, the evaporation is faster, and the soil lacks humus or organic matter and also water moisture capacity. After proper irrigation, even in the dry regions like Rajasthan and all, if some amount of good irrigational practices are done, then cultivation is possible. Arid soils range from brown color to red color, and due to dry climate, high temperature, evaporation takes place faster, and we can find in the lower horizons or lower strata, lower levels, we can see the calcareous deposits like hard substances which are called as Kankar, because of the increasing calcium content as we go deeper down into the earth's interior. So when this washing away of the soil takes place, desertification is the result. What is desertification? Desertification is nothing but the degradation process by which a fertile land changes itself into a desert by losing its flora, the plant life, fauna, the animal life. This can be caused by drought, deforestation, climatic change, human activities, improper tilling, and agricultural practices. Desertification is a process that leads to simply degradation of land. The next soil we see is a forest soil. These soils are adequate and they are suitable for plantation of tea, coffee, spices, and also tropical fruits. These soils are loamy and silty in texture. In valley regions, we can find, and also they are coarse and grainy in the upper slopes. So, silty and loamy in the valleys, and coarse or rough in the upper slopes. The soil is acidic with low humus content, and the in the snow covered regions you find that the humus content and the fertility is very less. It is also acidic. It is fertile in the lower parts of the valleys. So we just repeat, it is useful for cultivation of plantation crops. Then it is rich in humus but are deficient in potash, phosphorus, lime, and also it is available in the mountainous high altitude region. It is loamy and silty in the valley region. So once again, desertification, the loss of flora and fauna, degradation occurring due to deforestation, drought, improper agricultural practices leading to desertification of land. Now, coming to the soil erosion. What is the meaning of soil erosion? Erosion is nothing but the carrying away or the deposition or the movement of soil from one place to another, the washing away or blowing away of soil by wind, water, natural and human agents. Natural, these wind, water and other agents, even in ice regions, glaciers also are responsible. And human practices where different practices like mining, agricultural practices, these all practices. Also animals, the movement of animals, the huge stream or the big groups of animals moving from one region to another, they also carry away the topmost layer of the soil. Erosion is weathering away or washing away of soil by water, wind, tillage. Tillage is the cultivation, agricultural cultivation plough, through plough. And this is soil detachment. Soil is moving away from that place to another place. Types of soil erosion. First type of soil, when layer by layer of the soil is washed away, it is called as sheet erosion. It is a uniform removal of the soil surface. The topmost layer of the soil is washed away by rain, by runoff or the water movement. The breaking action of the raindrop combined with the surface flow is the major cause of sheet erosion. Sheet by sheet, layer by layer, soil is washed away. If soil erosion is not checked at that stage, what are the problems? Loss in the valuable topmost soil, burying of topsoil, the nutrients which are there, they are going beneath, damage to the fields because nutrients are lost, plant productivity is declining or decreasing. This finally leads to desertification, non availability of nutrients of the soil. If sheet erosion is not checked at the sheet level by level or layer by layer, then that leads to finger shape grooves. Like we have gaps in our fingers, these gaps can be seen here, which are called as rill erosion. This is very dangerous. This can be seen in the Chambal region also. We can find such kind of erosion to be very, very dangerous. If rill erosion, finger like grooves are not stopped at that place, if steps are not taken to fill the regions, then that leads to bigger gaps, trenches called as gully erosion. This also can be seen in the Chambal region. Such type of regions are called as ravines. It is Ravines. The running water cuts through the clayey soils and makes deep channels. These are the deep channels called as gullies. And these lands become unfit for cultivation. They are not suitable and they are called as bad lands. And in Chambal region, they are called as ravines. These bad lands are called as ravines. These are ravines. What are the steps to conserve soil? Strip cropping. Strip cropping is large fields of grass, large fields of agriculture can be divided into strips. Strips, that is lines. Okay. Strips of grass are left to grow between the crops. Between the crops, here grass is allowed to grow so that the nutrients which are there between them, they are intact. Terrace farming, terrace cultivation or terrace farming, it uh, restricts or it stops the water from being passed away to lower slopes in the western coastal regions, in the western and central Himalayan region. we can find that large amount of terraces, large amount of these terraces or the steps or which are made here, they are made to have large fields that can be divided into steps or strips. Here cultivation is done in the hilly areas. Contour ploughing, ploughing along the contour, this is also on the hill slopes, and at the hill slope furrows or steps are being constructed, and these not constructed, I mean it is made ready for cultivation, and this will decelerate or decrease the flow of the water, and here on the slopes cultivation is done. This type of cultivation is called as contour ploughing cultivation. Here steps can be done, and this is cutting out the water flow, and on these slopes the terraces or the platforms are constructed, I mean made to uh, have some cultivation and reduce the flow of water. What is the basic difference between contour ploughing and terrace farming? The main difference is the way in which the water flow is controlled. Contour ploughing controls water flow by cutting furrows into slopes of land. Terrace farming controls the water flow by creating level for big platforms on the slopes. Here also cultivation is done. Here also cultivation is done. Both reduce the flow of water. These are shelter belts. These shelter belts have controlled significantly the and they have significantly controlled the wind also, water also, and also sand from being washed away. These shelter belts are available in the coastal regions as well as in the desert regions. The shelter belts have contributed for the stabilization of sand dunes in desert areas. The sand dunes, these are like crescent shaped dunes, and here the sand is not washed away. These belts are belt, that is series of trees uh, are planted, and they control the soil from getting eroded. I hope it is clear. Thank you so much.